All right, man. It's Tutu here with Jabber Jabber. Today we got a special guest, man. I like to say super fan because he's here all the time. He watches everything. He's matter of fact, he's the WFW champion. If you don't watch that, that's Wednesday nights at 7. He just won the belt. Say hi, Elvis.
What's up, Jabber Jabber?
All right. Hey, what happened here is I'm on vacation. Well, vacation, if you want to call it that, in sunny Minnesota with my mom. And I didn't get a chance to watch Raw and SmackDown, and this is the week leading to WrestleMania. So a lot of stuff probably happened, I'm sure. And Elvis is going to let me know what happened, and we're going to debate for you guys and tell you what we think. So how did it start off on Raw, Elvis?
Oh, Raw was interesting. You know, it pretty much started up with Jonathan Coachman in the ring. Okay. There was a table set up. You know, kind of a formal table setting where they had 4 chairs around the table. Jonathan Coachman had a podium. Jonathan Coachman interests me because, like, I'm wondering if he's actually going to stay as an announcer or if they're going to try to slide him back into that Weasley role. You know what I mean? The role he had before.
And with the table set up, you're talking probably a contract signing or something coming?
Right. They were setting up for the Ronda Rousey, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Kurt Angle thing, so it's kind of like an informal press conference.
Oh, press conference, okay.
Press conference.
Which led into somebody getting hit with the podium or something, right?
Oh, actually what happened was Ronda Rousey actually went through the table. Stephanie got her and put her through the table. Triple H had his cheap shot from behind, as he always does with Kurt Angle. Stephanie picked her up and slammed her right through the table.
So, what do you think with that leading up to WrestleMania? Obviously, they're not going to have Rousey lose that, right?
Well, I mean, you could go with the angle of having Ronda. I think it would be dumb to have Ronda Rousey lose that initial thing. But then again, you also have to revert back to the WrestleMania with Sting, where Triple H's ego was like, "Oh, I'm not going to lose this match. It's you know, I can't. It's a big match." And he could very well just be like, "Okay, well, we're going to win this match, and Ronda's going to lose her first match."
I think if they do that, though, it's not going to be a clean. It won't be a clean thing because they still got to make Rousey look good.
I think in order for her to establish her dominance, I think they need to give her and Kurt the win.
Right. Or have her pin Triple H. That'd be even the best scenario.
That would be, like, absolutely a dream for her to pin Triple H.
Well, if they don't win that, it's obviously going to be some kind of bad thing. You know, not a clean pin, or Angle will be the one getting pinned, not Rousey.
Right. I was kind of disappointed when they threw Angle in there anyways, because I kind of wanted to see Angle versus Triple H by themselves, and then Ronda versus Stephanie by themselves, rather than having the mixed tag team.
I don't think Stephanie would be a strong enough opponent by herself.
That's also true, which is why I kind of see the reasoning behind of why. Because Stephanie never really had a career. She was the women's champion, but it was kind of just like it was handed to her. You know what I mean? Right. She didn't really earn anything in her career in order to do that. She had her TV time, but that wasn't worth. But I don't think. I think you're right. I don't think she's a strong enough opponent to be able to take out.
No, not on her own. Not on her own. So what happened after Coachman had nothing to do with that? Just the being the mediator.
Yeah, that was pretty much. He got out of the ring quick when it started to go south. So
okay.
So after that, while they were sitting at the table before it all exploded, they were jaw jacking back and forth. Mm-hmm. And Ronda said something that was actually quite funny because Kurt cracked up at it. She tried to put Ronda down with talking about her losing in her career or whatever. Losses in her career. Well, Ronda came back and she said, "Well, what arm do you write with?" And Stephanie says, "I'm a righty." And she says, "Good." She says, "I just want to make sure that you're still going to be able to sign my checks after I rip it out of its socket."
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. So that's what happened there. Then they did a promo. They cut to a promo on Asuka's streak. Mm-hmm. You know, just chronicling from where she began in NXT, doing a video montage all the way up to her match, leading up into her match against Charlotte. So there really wasn't much there.
Hey, Albert, can you tip your camera a little bit so your head's... there you go, sorry. There you go. There you go.
I have it in my hand, so it's like moving around,
no
and
problem,
I forget
no problem.
in my hand.
I don't want anybody to miss how ugly you really are.
Yeah. Handsome face. So yeah, they cut a promo on Asuka's streak. They also mentioned that The Miz and Maurice have had a baby.
Oh, cool.
It's a girl.
Okay. Name?
Monroe Sky Mizinen.
Wow. Okay.
Miz, apparently, from what I read on the internet, Miz's friends have told him that it sounds like a stripper's name.
It does.
It does. Monroe Sky sounds like a stripper's name.
Right,
so, but I'm sure she's a beautiful, wonderful, happy, joyful baby, and congratulations to the Miz and Maurice and their baby.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure he'll be gone for a little bit after Mania.
Yeah. Probably he'll probably want to settle into the daddy role and do a few things at home with his wife and stuff like that.
As we're doing this, I'm noticing there's a little bit of a your mouth isn't matching up with the video. I'll have to fix that later on, but we'll roll with it this time. But that's no big deal. Go ahead. What happened after that?
So then after that, we have Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. The Miz is a guest commentator. He actually did not interfere. He left the match alone. And I have to say that was definitely the match of the night. I mean, it was 5-star. Both the guys are independent wrestlers. They're both on the independent wrestling scene. They do the high-profile, fast, in-your-face wrestling. I'm kind of worried that The Miz will throw it off a little bit because he's not used to the independent wrestling.
Right.
Which is what Seth and Finn like to focus on a lot, is the fast-paced.
Right.
And he's used to the WWE, coddle you, slow it down.
He's straight to the WWE. He didn't do nothing else before that.
Right. He doesn't have the independence, so he doesn't know the match. So I'm afraid that he might get lost in the shuffle. But if he performs like he has been the last couple of weeks, I think The Miz should be okay.
Cool.
I think it should be a good match.
That's going to be a great match. The triple.
It is. Well, I think it is. I'm just hoping that The Miz doesn't get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, he shouldn't.
But as long as he performs like he has been, he should be okay.
Yep.
So then we have a Brock Lesnar versus Roman promo. Obviously, Roman and Brock are both Vince's boys. So they're going to promo the hell out of that match.
Just a bunch of talking.
Yeah. Cut backstage, Kurt tells Paul Heyman to not let his mouth get him in trouble because he doesn't want Roman to get hurt. He doesn't want Brock to get hurt. He wants the match to stay 100% at WrestleMania. He doesn't want anything to interfere with it. Heyman actually started laughing at him. He's like, you're worried about Brock Lesnar?
Right.
He's like, I should be more worried about Roman Reigns than Brock Lesnar. But he's like, I'll keep it good for you. I'll
there was no attacks this week then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then you got the Bar, who's in the ring already by the time they cut back out. They're talking to Braun because obviously Braun won the tag team battle royal.
Right.
Now he's got to find a partner.
Mm-hmm. Who wants to walk with Elias?
Yeah, the WWE. Who wants to walk with Elias?
So nothing came about from that. Still looking at like Braun.
Yeah, so Braun, they were kind of poking at Braun, which is kind of poking a bear with a stick.
Right.
You don't really want to do that, but they did it. Braun comes out, and of course, Braun's been on this comedy kick lately. So Braun says, well, I have a partner. And they say, well, we want to see this partner. And he says, he's only going to come out if he gets to wrestle one of you guys.
Okay.
So they talk about it, and they're like, okay. And he's like, but I got to warn you, he's just like me, only a little different. So he goes backstage, and he comes back a minute later, and he's got these Coke bottle glasses on, these old 60s styles glasses, and he's wearing a white collared shirt, and he just comes out and he's like, I'm Braun's twin brother, Brains, and I'm gonna come down to the ring and smash your brains in right now.
So we got Brains Roman.
So he went down and pretty much slapped him around. I don't know where they're going with that. I don't know who they're possibly going to throw in as a tag team partner for him.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe Kane.
See, we were talking about that. Me and Farley were talking about that. and we were wondering the same thing. If they give him a partner and they win the title, how are they going to take it off him? I mean, him and it'd be better if he won it by himself because it's more realistic that he could lose it by himself. You know what I'm saying? Because if he loses to a tag team, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, he lost to two people, no big deal.
Right.
So yeah, I'm still wondering how that's going to go too.
I mean, he could pretty much carry that team. No matter who you give him, he's going to carry that team by himself.
Right.
I mean, I personally think he would be better off with a championship push rather than this tag team fiasco. But they're kind of pushing the comedy angle, so maybe it's they got
to get Elias in there, man. I love that dude.
Yeah, Elias is good. Elias is he's grown on me. When Elias first started, I was like, I don't really like this guy. And then now his promos are becoming funnier and funnier, and he's getting better with his whole thing. And silence your cell phones and shut your mouths. It's great.
Yeah, he's great, man.
Fan interaction with him.
He's great. They need to push him as a wrestler, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
he kind of reminds me of if you've ever seen the movie Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. He reminds me of Bonesaw.
Okay.
Nobody's ready for Bonesaw.
Yeah, that sounds like Savage. But he's so good with his promos and his out of the ring stuff. They need to give him some in-ring push.
Yeah, he definitely needs in-ring push because a lot of his push right now is just that singing gig, and I think he's better than that.
Right.
I really do. At least for the Intercontinental Championship.
Something.
Yeah. So then we cut backstage. We have Alexa and Mickey. They're doing the the selfie camera thing that the wrestlers do now, and they're talking. I'm actually surprised with this promo because they cut in on Nia's weight. They started talking a lot about Nia's weight. Mentoring words like blubber and fat.
Wow.
And things like that. And I'm really shocked that the WWE, I don't know if it's just something that they're trying to raise awareness about, like the bullying, stop the bullying thing.
So did Alexa and Mickey get their butts whipped for it?
They had a match later on, and I'll get into that. Nia got some form of revenge. It wasn't much. It was just a Samoan drop, but
okay. At least there was something.
Yeah, but it was just a quick promo with those two. Nothing really happened there. They went back out to the ring. They cut back out to the ring, and John Cena was out there. Once again, calling out The Undertaker.
And no Undertaker.
It's The Undertaker, that the WWE Universe is begging for The Undertaker. No show, again, by The Undertaker. I personally think that they're going to wait until WrestleMania, do it like they did with the Hardys, do a surprise entry.
Maybe.
I don't think that he's going to come out as the regular Undertaker. I think he's going to come out as the American Badass Undertaker.
Boo.
I've heard rumors circulating that that's what the idea that they're going because he retired the other Undertaker.
Okay.
I think that they're trying to retire his characters one by one.
Yeah, it makes a little sense, but I would prefer if he didn't come back at all, to be honest with you. I'd rather see him fight somebody else.
I think it's going to be a waste. The Undertaker, he might be in shape, but at the same time, he's just kind of gotten to the point where his matches aren't what they used to be anymore.
Right.
And John Cena, of course, is getting older, and he's less focused on the wrestling business and more on the entertainment side.
And a win or loss isn't going to do either one of those guys any good anyway at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I was kind of hoping that they would push Cena for like that Ric Flair record. I think that they're holding back on that because I don't think Triple H wants to see him break that record.
Right.
Because I think personally Triple H is upset that Ric Flair gave that nod to John Cena.
Right.
And I think that there's a little bit of animosity or whatever you want to call it between the two of them over that. So
right.
We may never see John Cena break that record.
Oh, that'd be too bad. Well, actually, you know what? It's tied, right?
And maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't want to break the record. Yeah. Maybe he wants to be like, okay, I'm tied with Ric Flair. Is one of the greatest wrestlers ever.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. So then we go backstage. You got Roman and Kurt talking. Roman's telling him, hey, Brock Lesnar's, let me guess, Brock's not here. And Kurt's like, no, Brock's here. He's like, I can assure you he's here. So then, he's telling Roman the same thing. He's like, don't go out. Don't get into the stuff. I don't want anything to happen before this match happens. Don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So then they cut over to Braun walking around backstage, and he runs into Kurt Hawkins. Okay. I don't even know why Kurt Hawkins is even still here, to be honest with you.
Right.
Like, because the guy just he's completely jobbered now, and he's just so. Anyways, he's wearing this shirt that says "Pick Me, Braun."
Okay.
He wants to be Braun's tag team partner.
Okay. That would be interesting.
Braun's response is simple.
Mm-hmm.
He puts him through a wall. And when I say puts him through a wall, I mean he puts him through the wall.
Hey, I
goes completely through the wall.
I thought Kurt Hawkins' streak might be on the line with Mike on our WFW. But Mike finally got his first win, man.
He got his first win against Kurt Hawkins. Yeah. Well, there you go. Kurt Hawkins' losing streak continues.
Yep.
Poor guy. So there you go, Mike. It's not as bad as it seems.
Right? Yeah. He's safe.
It could be worse. You could be Kurt Hawkins.
Right.
So then we go into the there's another promo with Nia. It's kind of like a sit down, intimate backstage interview. Where she's just like talking.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, hey, it's your first one, man. You'll get used to it.
Trial and error, right?
Yep, you get a stand, bam, it's right there. You don't have to hold it.
She's talking. I think it might be Michael Cole that she's talking to. Anyways, she pretty much brings up everything, like everything that she deals with, her weight. It's a really good, solid interview for Nia. I really enjoyed it. I think it brings out a different side of Nia, kind of like a more personal, intimate side, which is really nice sometimes to see the wrestlers for who they truly are and their real feelings versus the stuff that you see on TV, which is obviously scripted.
Right. I like Nia. I think she needs a push.
I like Nia. I've grown to like Nia. I think she's a great in-ring performer. Mm-hmm. And she definitely has size, and she's not shy about getting what she wants. Right. She just goes out there and takes it.
Sounds like you got a match going on behind you, man.
Oh yeah, there's kids going on, and can you hear the music?
No, it's fine. I'm just messing around.
Oh no,
I just thought maybe we could have an extra match in the background. We could see a body slam or something. See a kid fly across the back. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, they're out in the living room. She was playing Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh.
On the radio. So then we go out to the ring, and we have Asuka and Dana Brooke, which I didn't see that tag team coming. I don't know why they threw that tag
partners
together. Versus Mickey and Alexa.
Yeah, that's a different partnership there.
And of course, Asuka's streak is always on the line. Which Asuka and Dana ended up winning. Asuka gets the pin. Nia comes out and just destroys Mickie James. She starts to get her hands on Alexa, but then Alexa slips away and Mickey's left holding the bag.
Oh.
Yeah. So Mickey gets destroyed by Nia yet again.
Yeah.
And then other than that, the last thing on Raw was Brock's promo. He comes down to the ring. Paul Heyman's doing the talking. They've got wrestlers blocking the ramp to prevent Roman from coming down the ramp. So, of course, Roman, he starts out with a good promo. He's not really talking smack about Roman. He's praising him, saying he comes from a solid wrestling family, all this. Well, towards the end, he starts talking smack, and he calls Roman Brock Lesnar's. So, of course, that sets off Roman, and Roman comes out and says, he starts to walk towards the ring. Well, the wrestlers start blocking him from getting to the ring. And he kind of steps back, and he looks at him, and he's like, really? He's like, you're going to protect a part-timer? Mm-hmm. You're going to protect him?
That's a good point.
And they kind of all stand off to the side, and they're like, you know what? You're right. We're not going to protect him. Mm-hmm. So they get in the ring. They obviously start going at it. They get into the fight or whatever. Roman hits Brock Lesnar with 5 Superman punches.
Oh, good Lord.
Almost right in a row. Brock keeps trying to hit him with the chair every time. Superman punch, Superman punch, Superman punch. Like 5 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Hits him with 5 Superman punches. For some reason or other, he loses his focus on Brock and turns his back on Brock, which is absolutely stupid. Brock turns around, picks him up, F5, done. Walks out of the ring, and that's pretty much the end of Raw.
But that kind of set it up because last week Brock had got the best of Roman, and it looks like Roman got the best here, so they gave both of the guys a push to leave it open for WrestleMania, which we all know Roman's going to win anyway.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, it's back and forth, and I like the fact that they're giving... Because Roman, to me, honestly, I don't really like Roman. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never really been a fan of Roman.
He's getting better.
I thought when he first started, his promos were garbage.
Right, they're better now, though.
Talk on a mic. And he could barely wrestle. Now he's got more moves in his arsenal. Mm-hmm. He's way better on promos now than he ever was. I don't know who he's been working with, if he's been working with Rock or whatever, but he's gotten phenomenally better
absolutely.
On his promos.
Absolutely.
Still not a fan of his, but I will admit he's gotten a lot better than what he started out as.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. As long as he got better, because he used to be horrible. I mean, we're talking the beginning of last year, he was horrible. He just started getting better with them promos. Just doing them promos better makes him a lot better. Because
the promos definitely was hurting him.
So,
because WWE is all about promos. You have to be able to have stage presence. Mm-hmm. You can't just go out there and wrestle. You actually have to, open your mouth and say something. Mm-hmm. Brock Lesnar doesn't have to because he's got Paul Heyman, who is one of the greatest mouthpieces in the history of professional wrestling. I mean, personally, I can't stand Paul Heyman.
Me neither.
I think he's a weasel, but as far as mic skills go, he's one of the best. He's one of the best.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You need to take, like, Elias's promo ability, wrap that with Roman. And actually, Roman's better in the ring than Elias, now that I think about it.
Yeah, Roman is definitely better in the ring than Elias. But that's because Elias really hasn't had much ring time.
Nah, he doesn't. So that was the end of Raw, huh?
Well, that was Raw. That was...
Well, we're going to cut that off right there. We're going to call this Rubbing It Raw, because we usually do a Raw show. We call it Rubbing It Raw. Great video. Right. We're going to cut it off here, and we're going to go ahead and do a SmackDown video, and we'll put that out right after this one. So thanks, Elvis, for giving us the rundown.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And he's going to be right back with SmackDown Breakdown that we're going to do in just a minute here. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.